Hello, everyone. I'm back here. Thank you for watching all the live readings about It Ends With Us. It was a real joy of reading this book. We have now finished the live readings of this book. We've read all the chapters, and now I'm glad to be able to do this video. I'm going to read you my 14th best quotes or favorite quotes in this book. And I'm going to start right now. Let's not waste any moment. So the first quote is it's going to be chronological. So the first quote is page 17, and it is when Ryan meets Lily for the first time, and they meet at this rooftop, if you remember well. Um, and Ryle says to her, "There is Lily, there is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things." And I liked the way to humanize people who hurt other people and who don't necessarily mean bad or don't mean to hurt other people, but because they hurting because they have not dealt with their own issues, mental health issues, or their it all often goes back to childhood, and this is the case with Bride. They continue to repeat the hurt and to not heal themselves, and it's it's a terrible prison that they build around them. Now, quote number two. It's this moment where Ryle is kissing Lily for the first time at his sister's party. So it's very steamy here, and the tension it is really high here between the two of them, and the seduction between the two of them is it it is at its high, at its peak, we could say. And it's just one line. It says, "Despite the strength behind him, his lips are like silk." I like that one. And it also foreshadows Ryan's character and the potential violence behind him, behind his handsomeness, we would say. He's very strong, he's fit, and but at the same time, and he's strong and fit, and there is a form of anger in his um, eyes, um, but at the same time, his appearance and his lips are soft, and his character has soft. His personality, yeah, his he can be very caring and soft and gentle, but there is this other side of him that makes him a dangerous man, we could say, or dangerous for Lily, for sure. Now, quote number three. So I forgot. Quote number two is page 92. I will reference all the pages in the description of this video if you want to check out the quote of that I'm mentioning here. So quote number three is from an entry, from a journal entry of Lily, when Lily realizes that she will never leave, that her mother will never leave her father. Um, when they ask you, so her mother, they're about to go to the hospital because it's the first time that her father hit Lily, or he pushed her against the car or something. Um, she and her mother are going to the hospital, and her mother says, when they ask you what happened, tell them you slipped on the ice. When she said that, I just looked at I just looked out my window and started crying because I thought for sure this was the final straw, that she would leave him now that he had hurt her. That was the moment I realized that she'd never leave him. I felt so defeated, but I was too scared to say anything to her about it. So it's a difficult realization for Lily, but a necessary one in the end, um, because she knows that now she needs to protect herself. Her mother is not going to be able to do that for her. Now, quote number 4, page 117. I can't remember if quote number 3 was page 110, and quote number 4 is page 117. A lot of quotes here. So Lily, yeah, I like that passage because Lily is talking with Atlas, and she's reflecting on how homeless people are treated in the US, and how defective is or dysfunctioning is the homeless care system is in America. It made me wonder if there were other kids at our school who might be homeless. I go to school every day and internally complain about it most of the time, but I never once thought that school might be the only home some kids have. It's the only place Atlas go and know have food. Oh, sorry, it's not exactly this. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't that quote. My mistake. Um, it's Atlas disagreeing with Lily about the fact that it's not the government's fault that he is homeless now. Um, Lily says to him, "Why in the heck would you want to serve a country that has allowed you to end up in this kind of situation?" And Atlas replies, "It's not this country's fault." His eyes grew sad, and he said, "It's not this country's fault. My mother doesn't give a shit about me." So that was very emotional. So that's very poignant here that he knows that his mother doesn't love him as he would like her to. So it's really sad for him at this point. Now, quote number 5, page 152. So it's again in the pages of her journal here. Lily is falling in love with Atlas after he offered her the carved heart. If you remember, Atlas made this little heart from the wood, from the tree that was in Lily's garden, from the wood of the tree. You're already my favorite person, but now you're making it really unfair that all the other humans, because you are making it really unfair to all the other humans because no one will ever be able to catch up to you. It's after he offered her the carved heart. Yeah, before that, he had said, "I'm gonna carve you a damn house and out of that oak tree if this is the reward I get," he whispered. Yeah, because I think she kissed him, and uh, and then she laughed. You have to stop being so perfect. You're already my favorite person, but now you're making it really unfair to all the other humans because no one will ever be able to catch up to you. Sets the bar really high here, although he's only 17. But sometimes it's when the people are more the cutest when you're young, you don't really sometimes you do things really more with impulse. Uh, although you start being conscious when you're teenagers, but you're less self-conscious, I would say, than when you're an adult. Much less. Um, and here, quote six is terrible one, but so so true, and it really helps us as reader who don't necessarily had experience domestic violence when Lily's mother is being abused by her husband, sorry. They were on the couch and he had his hand around her throat, but his other hand was pulling up her dress. She was trying to fight him off, and I just stood there, frozen. She kept begging him to get off her, and then he hit her right across the face and told her to shut up. I'll never forget his words when he said, "You want attention? I'll give you some fucking attention." That's when she got real still and stopped fighting him. I heard her crying, and then she said, "Please be quiet. Lily is here." She said, "Please be quiet. Please be quiet while you rape me, dear." And that's the hard truth, the hard truth, uh, because he definitely doesn't ask for her for consent, and this is the whole issue about consent and sexual relations between men and women, and where we need to draw the line here. And this is really it really shows the contrast between a rape that it's outside a relationship and one that is with the one that we love, that with the one what we love that we love, the person that we love, and that person hurts us. And that's page 154. Now, quote number 7 is page 186. And it's again a tough one because it's the moment where Lily realizes that Ryan knocked her down, or he pushed her in the stairs. No, 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 it's in the kitchen. It's the passage in the kitchen. Yeah. So that's why I guess yeah, that's the first time he hits her. "Lily," he says. "Oh God, Lily." He tries to pull my arms from my head, but I refuse to budge. I start shaking my head, wanting the last 15 seconds to go away. 15 seconds. That's all it takes to completely change everything about a person. 15 seconds that we'll never get back. He pulls me against him and starts kissing the top of my head. "I'm so sorry. I just, I burnt my hand. I panicked. You were laughing, and I'm so sorry. It all happened so fast. I didn't mean to push you, Lily. I'm sorry. I didn't hear real Ryle's voice this time. All I hear is my father's voice. I'm sorry, Ginny. It was an accident. I'm so sorry. And I like the parallel between uh, Lily's experience with Ryle and the flashback at this moment of her father's apology to his mother, to her mother. Now, quote 8 is page 212. Um, and it's a heartbreaking one. It's the one where it's a passage where Atlas reveals Lily that he went that initially Atlas went to that abandoned house to kill himself, and that we know that at this point it's an entry letter in of Lily. He said the first night he went to that old house. He said the first night he went to that old house, he wasn't there because he needed a place to stay. He went there to kill himself. My hands went up to my mouth because I had no idea things had gotten that bad for him. So bad that he didn't even want to live anymore. I hope you never know what it's like to feel that lonely, Lily, he said. He went on to tell me that the first night he was at that house, he was sitting in the living room floor with a razor blade to his wrist. Right when he was about to use it, my bedroom light went on. You were standing there like an angel, backlit by the light of heaven, he said. I couldn't take my eyes off you. And then down later in the passage, he says, "You saved my life, Lily," he said to me, "and you weren't even trying." And I found this quote very powerful because we don't necessarily realize the impact that we can have on someone without realizing it. And I find that really beautiful, the way she is picturing that moment and Atlas's feeling at this moment. So let me know what you think about this quote as well. Quote 10. There's so many quotes in this book that I want to share. So quote number 10 is page 275. And Lily is now so it's back in the present time, and it's when Lily is at Atlas's house. She found refuge at his place, or shelter at his place, because she didn't want Ryle to find her. And they are back from the hospital, and she wants to have a shower before going to bed. And she says to herself, this is her inner thought here. I want to. So Ryle, Atlas asks her, I'll show you, tells her, I'll show you your room, he says. There is a shower if you need it. I do. I want to wash the taste. I want to wash the taste of scotch out of my mouth. I want to wash the sterile smell of the hospital off of me. I want to wash away the last 4 hours of my life. And I liked that parallel or that metaphor with the shower and the cleaning of the dirt on herself because she's got blood and everything, and and to clean herself off from Ryle, and in a way clean herself from that relationship. This probably, well, she doesn't take the decision now, of course, much more later in the novel, but much later in the novel. But here is already it's already a strong feeling from Lily about Ryle, and just, yeah, get rid of the last, as if, yeah, this shower could erase in a way what just happened between her and Ryle. Uh, Now, quote 11, page 281. Lily realizes that she is actually grieving the death of Ryle in a way, or the death of what used to be Ryle, and the death of their relationship. And yeah, I found that passage very soothing in a way, and healing for her. If I had to compare this feeling to something, I would compare it to death. Not just the death of anyone, the death of the one. The person who is closer to you than anyone else in the whole world. The one who, when you simply imagine their death, it makes your eyes tear up. That's what it feels like. It feels like Ryle has died. It is, it's an astronomical amount of grief, an enormous amount of pain. It's a sense that I've lost my best friend, my lover, my husband, my lifeline. And it really depicts the deep love that she had for him that now is uh, is lost. Um, it's really profound. It's really um, beautifully said. But sorry, Colleen Hoover really manages to transfer the pain to the reader here, I find fascinating. Um, Quote number 12, uh, page 309. And this is a beautiful one. This is romance at its best. At it, and it's really, really beautiful. And this is what love is, really. So Atlas tells Lily he still loves her, and that he's there when she's ready. So Atlas took her back to the flat, and before he left, he says to her, "In the future, if by some miracle you ever find yourself in a position to fall in love again, fall in love with me." He presses his lips against my forehead. "You're still my favorite person, Lily. Always will be." So I don't know. This declaration of love is so simple, but so beautiful. Uh, yeah. Sometimes things don't need to be grand, or words are much more powerful, I would say, than acts sometimes. or most of the time, I would say. And that's beautifully said. Yeah. Actions are important for sure. Uh, but here at this moment, it's really what he says that really is full of love for her. And he's expressing his feelings finally. And final quote, quote 13, page 335. Um, it's Lily's mother comforting her when Lily announced tells her that what happened with Ryle and that now she's pregnant and everything, and she's confused and she doesn't know what to do with their relationship. And her mother is here giving her whether you've been I would use her advice definitely, whether you've been abused or not, especially for people who are dating and are not sure about whether uh, that person is there for you, or if this person is committed to the relationship or not. Um, I think that it's a great way to dice to discern to discern whether that person is genuinely interested in you and wants to build something with you. I know that you believe he loves you. She says, "Don't be like me, Lily. I know that you believe he loves you, and I'm sure he does, but he's not loving you the right way. He doesn't love you the way you deserve to be loved. If Ryan truly loves you, he wouldn't allow you to take him back. He would make the decision to leave you himself so that he knows for a fact that he can never hurt you again. That's the kind of love a woman deserves, Lily." Um, and I think that's very true. It's what that's very powerful to know because, well, it's more appropriate when you're in a relationship, of course, because you can love someone. You have to be in that state of loving because it's about loving someone the right way. Um, but sometimes you can be in a toxic relationship without necessarily being abused, but you can find yourself in a toxic relationship when you don't know where to stand, and there is push and pull with the other person, and when you realizes that it's being hard to be with that person or to understand what's going on with that person, I think that's a good indicator of whether this relationship this relationship is worth it, and or if he's acting with respect towards you or not. But yeah, I that's another way to interpret that quote. But I think that you can easily use it to your own experience in a way without necessarily having an experience of domestic abuse. But obviously, if you have that experience, of course, that makes sense perfectly. Um, anyway, that's it for me with the selection of quotes. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed that video, please share it so that I can feel like you enjoy this content or like this video. Let me know in the comments. And in the meantime, I will see you soon for a new live reading because from next month we are going to read the sequel of It Ends With Us. So we're going to continue enjoying the relationship between Atlas and Lily. We're going to have some more stuff with these two to delight us. This book is really for the fans, as Colleen Hoover said in her letter um, just at the beginning of the book. And I like the fact that she did that. She gave us a little bit more with Atlas and Lily and on a more positive note, I hope. We'll see, but it should be the case. So thank you again for watching this video and see you live soon. Bye.